Hey guys, welcome back to OurTime Podcast, and today we have two very, very special guests.
We are very excited to have these guests because they're like our friends. All right, guys?
We're friends, right?
Right. We're all friends.
We are loving friends.
Yeah,
We are
yeah.
loving.
And we're super excited to have these people because they're not just our friends, but they're people we actually admire. They're people of God. They're children of God. And they have a lot to say and a story to tell, which we're going to find out today. I'm going to ask them a few questions. Not like we didn't ask them before the podcast started, but anyways. But we're welcoming OJ.
That's me.
Virtual class. And Rapha.
Woo, woo, woo.
And we're super excited to have them today. Do you guys want to say hi?
So,
Hey guys. So my name is OJ. I'm going to say a few facts about myself.
Yeah, let us know who you
Fun
are.
fact about me.
here we go.
Nah, it's like so. I'm Irish. I'm Nigerian. And to the core. I only rep Ireland for the sake of the passport. I probably shouldn't have said that. I guess, But yeah, I guess I'm OJ. I go to this church. This is I was about to say JPD. Why is JPD on my heart? This is Living Grace Assembly.
Yes, sir.
I've been here for like a good 2 years now. Wait, no, I think a year, maybe 18 months. And it's been lovely. Like I help out wherever I can. I obey, in terms of what to do and all that jazz. But it's been lovely here. And I know these two girls from college, especially. I don't know where Lulu came from.
Do you know what?
Apparently, Lulu went to Maynooth as well, but
Apparently it's crazy.
no, because I'd always see you on campus, but I always thought that like you would be someone's friend that came from a different college. I don't know. Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Wait, you met them in college?
Yeah. Like,
No, even ask him if he even remembers when he was in
What?
college.
I never saw you guys on
no,
campus.
I know her for a fact.
Because I would know OJ.
Yeah, I know her for a
Rafa,
fact.
Rafa actually studied undergraduate there.
I know Rapha. What you mean?
No, I'm talking.
Me?
Yeah.
I never saw you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I never saw you
When
guys
did you graduate?
either.
You graduated when we just came in? No.
Gulp.
Yo.
I graduated like
Rafa, she
in
was in that.
2023.
She was in that good looks
Yeah, we were
corner
there
in the
for 2
library.
years.
Really?
I graduated 2023.
You were in the library.
Yes.
You were in the library.
I was
girl.
locked in 2023, especially.
Wait, but do you know like that little corner downstairs that like the kids like good luck and them would always be at?
Yes.
Were you there?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
That's
Yeah.
why.
That's where they
That's
always
the
hung
only
out.
place.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rafa never said about it.
OJ. I mean,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Hey guys, my name's Rafa. I grew up in this church.
Yes, sir.
It's just an honor to be here. These lovely ladies, and I'm just really excited.
So we're going to ask them a few questions. We're going to allow them to let us in on their stories and their walks with God and how they do this Jesus thing. That's like basically what I like to say. So I'm going to ask you guys, okay, when did you guys start walking with Jesus? Maybe we'll start with OJ. When did you start walking with Jesus?
With me, the earliest memory that I'd say I have with him, you see, I can't tell which one is earlier, right? But it's either Shaban or Shabin. Shaban being my like one of my closest friends being Noel. I remember that back when I was a kid, it was a thing that she would always sit in the front in the teens church. Meanwhile, me and the boys like would always be at the back. So one day I said, you know what, OJ? She's kind of taking this seriously. Let me join her in the front. And that like the beginning of me actually paying attention in church. So it's either that or Shabing being a teen church, right? I went to a church, to a camp, a teen camp in Germany. It's called Teen Street. And I went, it was like a good week. And going there with like my first time, like I saw like kids my age. Mind you, we were like 13. Yeah, 13. And people were like, really alive in him, hungry for him, and just like it was real. It was no longer like a thing where it's like, like my mom just drove me to church. It's like this was like real people that came here from their own accord. Parents are not there as we're doing praise and worship, but like they're all on their knees, and it was like, wow, so this is actually real, So that's my earliest reconnaissance of, my relationship with him and the beginning of it, I'd say.
Wow. And so you would say like maybe like 13, 14?
Yeah, I'd say around that time.
Okay, nice.
Actually, you know what? It was factually 13 because,
fair.
because my best friend, it wasn't until like I was maybe 14, 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
13 is so young.
You want to know what I was doing at 13?
Like.
Would you like to share with the class what you were doing at 13?
Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm screaming. Oh my days. My walk with Christ started, I was raised in the faith. My mom was very much a teacher of the word. She still is. She teaches the kids upstairs. See the way she teaches them upstairs? That's how she was with us at home.
Shout out Rapha's mom, because
No,
Rapha's
for
mom.
real. Auntie
Rapha's
Grace,
mom.
That didn't at all,
Yeah.
but it was especially my mom
Yeah.
who made sure that we understood the word. We're very, very privileged, I have to say, because not a lot of people have that opportunity. So she made sure that we understood the word, and we were always in church, of course. So that's how my journey started, just from learning the word at home, basically. Yeah.
Would you say like the revelation of Jesus came up at a particular time in like your life, or was it just a thing where you just grew up just knowing him?
Yeah, obviously I grew up knowing him, but then I really got to experience, not to say I didn't experience him before, but when I decided to do things my own way and just kind of enjoy uni life and just immerse myself in all that, when I really when I stepped away from what I was raised in, and then realized I don't want this, that's when I really said, you know what, this God that I serve, this God that I knew as a child, this is who I want. So that was like in my teenage years, early adult years, it's when I really was like, wow, okay, I don't want to do life without him ever again. Ever.
You really slaps you in the face. Like it really does.
He's like,
slap you
where
in the
did
face.
you think you were going?
Like
That's what's up.
like especially when you have like a consciousness of him.
Yeah.
And an awareness of him at a young age, and when you're trying to live outside of it,
Exactly.
you can feel it within yourself.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't belong here.
Exactly.
Like it feels weird.
You think that you just want to live the life and do whatever everyone is doing, cool stuff. You want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Bro, you can't.
That's so real. I think a lot of people have that same testimony. It's like you're so lucky to have that family that brings you up in the church, because not a lot of people
It's
have
a
that.
huge blessing.
It's
It's
a huge
blessing.
blessing.
Bro.
Like a lot of people just had to figure out Jesus on their own.
Exactly.
And a lot of people, like we are blessed to have the church, and the family to be like, okay, these people are going to lead me and guide me in my relationship with Christ, but having to find him on your own, like not knowing who he actually is, and it's not just a religion or a culture, but it's actually a relationship, like getting to that point. So you're very blessed.
Oh,
Very
Extremely.
blessed.
Never take it for
Extremely.
granted.
And
Those of you that have parents are bringing you to church,
Like-
listen well.
no, for real.
Chat.
Okay, so then I want to ask, so as you guys grew up, then obviously like life is not nice at times, right? So what would you say was the hardest part of life, or can you recall a time that you found it hard to actually be a Christian or stand in your faith or follow Jesus, or times where you were like, I don't know if this Jesus thing's for me, or times where you were hesitant, if that makes sense, to actually continue your walk, or just kind of like contingencies you've had on your walk, basically.
Rapha, would you like to?
Go ahead.
Sure, go ahead. For me, I feel like it was absolutely college. Yeah, so I went to Maynooth for like from 19 to 22. Yeah. My thing was, I feel like what college did for me was it really woke me up and got me thinking, you're not that guy. As in, I feel like it was literally, you're not that guy.
For real.
Because I feel like for me, it's like a really big turbulence in my faith was, realizing that a whole lot of who I wasn't actually by practice, but it was just by words. You know what I mean? So what I mean by this is, college was trial grounds, training grounds. It's easy for you to make it seem as though you're about a life when you're not trained in that life. But now it's like college was training grounds. Like you said that you're about it. Let's see if you with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So college is like, it was. So on the whole, premise of you're not that guy, it was a lot of slips that happened, and it just got me thinking that a whole lot that I, like punched on my chest saying that like I am this. There was never any foundation that made me this, if that makes sense. It's almost like when it comes to sexual immorality, it's almost like my whole life I was like, oh no, like I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to like indulge in such. But there was no actual foundation
Of why you shouldn't,
You know,
kind of thing.
it's almost like me saying that if I go into the battlefield, you know, I won't be touched, but my physical endurance is rubbish. My armor of God is not on me.
Right.
You know, it's like so like my first day in the field, you know, like I realized that I had no coating on myself. You know, like how drenched was I in the word? Like, you know, like how familiar was I in Him? All that jazz. It was just a wake up call that how OJ, it has to go beyond where there needs to be like an actual foundation that, you know. Yeah.
really good.
So college was my big turbulence in terms of
Yeah.
my faith.
Yeah, no, that's really, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. Even for me, child, side eye, that was a very turbulent time. So definitely, I feel like, college. I don't know what it is about that place. I don't know if it was just my notes, but anyways, we won't talk about that.
No, it's not just me.
It's not just Menus, guys. Please, it's a really good school.
No.
Yeah, no, we love menus. No, we big
Sponsor
up
us.
No, for real, we love menus.
Like,
No, because anyways, no, but definitely, I think a lot of people can relate to that. College is definitely a hard time for a lot of just people in general.
Just the
believers.
exposure to
Yeah.
people, you know, because before, like, it's primary school and like you're really like just going to school and then coming back home.
yeah,
you
everyone has
know?
a routine.
It's like
Yeah,
now it's like, you know, I could literally do what I want at 1 a.m. And nobody's telling me what to do, you know?
Yeah.
exactly.
So it's just the exposure to
sure.
real life
For
sure.
that I feel like is an issue.
For sure.
How was it for you?
Yeah, for me it was the same. College was, I obviously have different periods, and you know, but college was definitely the biggest one. And I think the reason why, you know, not just for myself, but a lot of people can relate is because when you go into college, a lot of us, we don't know who we are.
Yeah.
We have no sense of identity. We might have been raised in the faith. We might know about Jesus. We might, you know, we might even love him. But you don't know yourself at all until you
Yeah.
are surrounded by a bunch of people who grew up from different backgrounds. They all have different faiths, different cultures. And then once you're immersed in that, it really shows you like who you think you are. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Yeah.
So for me, because I had no sense of identity, no sense of self-worth, for me, that's probably one of the biggest reasons why college was such a tricky time, you
Yeah.
know, because I didn't have that firm grounding in my identity. Because if I had more confidence in it, I definitely would have been able to put my foot down on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was definitely it for me.
College, man.
I think it does for a lot of us, because whether you grew up in the faith or not knowing what's right and what's wrong, but like it's that thing of realizing that, okay, I'm old enough to make my own decisions. So until I make the wrong decision, I won't know what the right decision actually is. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think a lot of us like actually go through this thing of like, okay, I'm trying to figure myself. When I tell you how many stages I went through,
Bro.
I think a lot of people have a different perception of me from when I was in college.
Oh my gosh.
In high school, in primary school, I was the same person. Everyone can tell you my same character. But when I got to college, the things I went through, people will think, nah, Lily was not like that. Nah, you're lying. Like, nah, it wasn't like that. Like, nah, bro. Like, college, you really go through. Can you say the same too?
Just thought you were there. No, because I was literally the other day I was thinking about like growing up, I was known as like the goody two shoes, right? So when people would look at me, I was like the goody two shoes. Like if I would say a cuss word, they'd be like, "She just said a cuss word."
Yeah. Oh my
What?
God.
Like I was like, it's so weird. Like it's so weird for me to think. But I also think that it's such a testament to when God has a purpose for you, it doesn't change. Like when they talk about God being the unchangeable God, he really doesn't change. And I feel like those kind of things, when people would look at me and be like, oh, like Chichi wouldn't or whatever, I think it was kind of foreshadowing to who I am today, to say like I am different.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
what's up.
I was always meant to be different. I wasn't meant to look like y'all in the first place. Let's just start there. Do you get what I mean? And I think just even hearing both you guys speak and looking at you guys now, it also speaks to God being such a transformative God. Like when I say he is a God of redemption,
That's the
child,
word. That's the
he
word.
is a redeeming God. You know what I
about it.
mean? And so when I'm looking at you guys, I'm just looking at us and just in general, like from being were doing or whoever you were in college to now, it's like, God, you really didn't lie when you said you redeem. You didn't really lie when you said you restore. Okay, because he really does it, and you yourself are an example of that. Do you know what I mean? You don't even have to look outside for the testimony. You yourself, you can say like, no, God has actually redeemed me. Do you know what I mean? He actually has restored me.
And it's an ongoing process still. You know what I mean? It's like every day, it's like new things are being shared, and you know, like more of Him is taking His place. It's a gradualization. You know, of things that are happening, but it's a lovely journey. You know, it's
it
like
really
it's not,
is.
you
Not
know,
gonna lie.
it's a lovely and a scary journey, trials and tribulations, but you have to be willing to be in it. You know. But yeah, it's like
Okay, then can I ask? So why, if someone was to ask you like, how would you say your sanctification process was in terms of how do you choose Jesus every day, from going from OJ at 19 to OJ now, from going from Rapha at 19 to Rapha now? How would you say your like that sanctification process has been for you, and like how does choosing Jesus every day play out in your day-to-day life? Like what's that process like that you're speaking about? What is that process like in actual practical English, if that makes sense?
All right. So I guess first of all, I've been answering for a certain time, and I feel like it's because Rapha wants to hear like a horoscope of what it is. What it is. So would you like to go first this time?
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
So the question was sanctification. What does that look like in my day to day? My process, it took a long time. It really did, and I had to acknowledge the fact that it's a process. It's not going to come overnight. So some things I really struggled with years ago, I don't struggle with today. But that's only because of over time, learning the word, learning what God says, knowing who I am and my worth as well. I don't know why I keep bringing up identity, but it's okay. So obviously we have the word, right? But we also need to do a lot of like self-work and self-healing as well. I'll be so real with you, because you can be a great Christian, you can go to church, you can, do things, serve the Lord, but if your identity is very shaky and you yourself, you're not a very confident person, or you struggle with anxiety and things like that, you need to get that fixed. You need to get that, you need to fix that. How do you fix that? Through Christ. He can help, but also through practical things as well, like, for example, knowing your triggers, knowing the things that, I'll start with that, knowing your triggers. For example, for me, I know going to certain places, I used to really struggle. I used to struggle going to malls, guys. I used to love spicy. Guys, no way! Yes, I'll put my hands up.
This is so interesting.
I'll put my hands up and say, oh, lads, listen, if there's a motive, I'm there.
Delivered you,
y'all don't know about Rapha in the prime.
You guys don't know about me, my prime.
Rapha in the prime. Hey.
No way.
Guys,
No way.
I just love to dance.
Rapha.
I just love to dance. Come on.
You and relate on that one for sure.
Bro, I love the getting ready. I love the going out.
Getting ready.
The getting ready.
The getting ready.
getting ready is
No,
bad.
I'm so sorry. The getting ready. No,
Better than going to the mall.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. Getting
Bro,
ready
the
with your girls, the makeup, the music. Come on, So I'll use that as an example, right?
Yeah.
But obviously going to mall, it was temptation galore.
Bruh.
Like, it's like you're asking to be tempted. You're asking for it. You're putting yourself in a position for people to, I'm not saying that you can't go out and go home and respect yourself, but I'm not saying that you can't do that. I'm just saying, for me, myself, I knew that was a big trigger. I struggled for a long time to really give that away and give it up. But I said, God, I really want to commit myself to you. So I know that going certain places is a trigger for me. So I'm not going to do that anymore. Oh God, it took a long time, man. It took a really long time, but we thank God for his grace,
Really have to psych yourself into like, what is a motive? Like,
You have,
what's that? What is a motive?
and you have to replace it as well, because you're gonna still feel. You have to replace it. You have to find godly community. Like for example, even sometimes when we're just hanging here after church, or there's things like Christian creatives.
Right. Oh, we gonna talk about that.
There's things like Christian creatives.
Shut up.
So there's different communities for you to join. and immerse yourself with people who are like-minded, and you can still have fun as well. I'm going off on a tangent, but to go back to my main points about healing and identity, I feel like I really needed to know who I was as a person, as well as who I am in Christ. And they're both, the same. But you also need to be able to be confident and be assured of who you are. You're his daughter. You're a beautiful person. He loves you, so act like it. Like, always timid and, shy and have confidence. So I'll just, that's the main point I'm going to make, is just knowing who you are. Good. And once you know who you are, you're going to be like, okay, because I love who I am, the person that God made me, I'm going to go on this journey to get to know him more and to be able to serve other people as well.
Yeah. That's amazing. No, that's really, really good.
I hope that made sense.
No, it made a lot of sense.
A lot of us relate.
Yes, ma'am.
What about you, OJ?
So I can't necessarily relate to the lifestyle of going outside like that,
Oh.
No, as in,
Really?
I don't say, no, I'm for real. Yeah, it's like
really?
no, okay, so I feel like my version of going outside is like, I've never been someone that goes to parties.
He was never really like that, to be fair.
It's like my idea of a good time. I don't mean to sound, going here performative, but like it's Scrabble and music. No, I'm for real.
Grab the matcha.
I'm for real.
That's cute. That is really cute.
Okay,
I love
yeah.
that for him. Rafa's like, girl.
So I guess for me though.
This is like, what?
I guess for me though, I feel like it's it is still a thing of like the key word for me is it's boundaries. It's boundaries, whereas like the more that you choose him is the more that you have to because I feel like I've used the term twice now, but in the realm of shabang and shebang, I say that a lot. Can I explain what shabang and shebang is?
Yeah. Please.
Okay, so there's shabang, there's shebang, and sometimes there's shebang, right?
Oh boy.
Like there's rarely
Are
shebang.
these actually things or just
No,
saying?
no. It's like whenever I contrast, I always refer to them as shabang and shebang. You know what I mean?
It is all.
Yeah. Anyways, in boundaries for me, it's like you have to, as Rafa said, it's like if you take out, you have to like replace. Because there has to be like more of him and less of you by definition. More of him, less of you. Where it's like it's like if I take something out, it's like I'd still like for it to be a thing that if I'm rattled and what is honestly within me pours out, that it's him that pours out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So in the realm of boundaries, I feel like it's like things that trigger. So for me, it might be talking to someone at a certain time, or making sure that I'm home at a certain time, because I have a bedtime that I like to stick to around the 9-10 p.m.s. And oh yeah, I'm for, the guy in the chair is looking at me like, what? But yeah, it's like I feel like all these boundaries, right? I don't know. It's like it all kind of keeps you centered and focused. And heck, even stuff that you wouldn't even think about, like let's say even good habits like drinking water or going to the gym. It's like it's all these stuff that if you keep on taking care of your temple good, then your focus would be right. Because I don't know, I like to say that if you are, I don't know, all these little things like they do trigger, like let's say if you eat junk food, perhaps it makes your mind lazy, and when you're lazy, it's like you slouch, and then it's all these little things that can be the difference between you picking up your Bible and you picking up your phone to scroll on TikTok. So the more that like you feed your can y'all, like the guy in the chair is looking at me all funny. Can y'all demote him? Anyways,
saying it because I can relate to it.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, like I'm not.
I thought he was judging me like, get a load of this guy.
No.
Get a load of this guy. My fault. So yeah, I guess literally boundaries and what's the word? Boundaries and I don't know what the word is, so I'll use a phrase. I feel like there's things within myself that I can put within myself to enable myself to do what I need to do, right? So it's like if I want to run forever, it's like I drink my water, I eat my fruits, I do my dish, Okay. Yeah, so if I'm trying to be in position to give more to him, I need to put more within myself that enables me, because if I fill my schedule up with, Mo is going outside and doing this and doing that, then, shocker, I stayed out late last night. I wasn't able to go to church the next day because I slept at 2 a.m., It's because of my routine, it's because of my schedule, it's because of what I allow myself to. So I need my environment to enable him to be in my life, you know? So yeah, boundaries.
That's really good, because I feel like as Christians, or I'll say like in the church, maybe we tend to neglect the fact that we are human.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to use the word over spiritualize, but we tend to like forget that the human parts of us also enable our spiritual disciplines.
Yeah,
Like
that's
what
what-
you were talking
that's
about.
what's
Like I
up,
feel like
you know?
we forget that, like eating junk food, sleeping late is going to affect you having to wake up at 5 a.m. to pray.
Yeah.
The time that God told you to pray. Do you get what I mean?
Facts are
And I
taken.
feel like we will automatically give credit to them, like, oh, the devil's keeping me asleep, do you get what I mean? Or like,
it's
oh,
not
the
the
enemy is
devil.
not
no,
the
child,
devil's
you
child.
just slept late.
You ate 5 Big Macs and you scrolled on TikTok for 3 hours.
It's not the devil.
And you're now wondering, oh, like why can't I pray for more than 5 minutes? That's because your body is wrecked, you know? It's like you need to like, put yourself in position.
That's really
you know?
good. That's really good. That's really good. Okay. Do you have any questions? I'm about to ask another one. Do you have any questions? No. Okay. Okay. So, when you were saying all of these things, what would you tell your younger self before? Let me say, you just encountered Jesus. You just know. You are now wanting to take this walk seriously, and think about it like you're at the starting line and you're about to go for a race and you don't know where this race is taking you. At the starting line, you're speaking to younger OJ and you're speaking to younger Rapha. What are you telling them before they go ahead and they say go, and then you have to quickly run? Like what are you saying to that person?
That's a great question.
That's
a really good
great
question.
That's a really
That's
good
a really,
question.
really good question. I would say stop caring so much about what people think. Stop caring so much about trying to look a certain way. One thing I wanted to actually touch on before was that obviously as the oldest, I didn't have anyone going before me.
Yeah.
So I can tell my brother now in college, bro, stay away from this, maybe hang out, do this, do that. But I didn't have any of that. I just had parents saying, boys, no, this, no, that, no.
right.
So I didn't have any real guidance.
Yeah.
So if I could talk to myself, I would say, stop focusing so much on the exterior, on how people perceive you and trying to please people, and focus on the person who actually made you, because from there, everything else will flow.
Yeah.
So really focus on that and focus on who you actually are as a person, and stop trying to, fit into all these spaces. That's something I struggle with, trying to fit in so much, because I felt like I didn't always gel well with people, but that's okay. We're called to be a light in the world. We're not supposed to always fit into every single space. I know people like to always use the example of, oh, Jesus sat with sinners. Yeah, but he didn't sin with them.
Yeah.
He ate with them, he ministered to them. But remember this, this just came to mind. The story of the woman who, Jesus said, all right, you guys want to stone her, cast the first stone. He said, go and sin no more. That's what he told her, so we're not supposed to just come into these spaces and just be like everybody else, which is what I used to want to do. So I would tell myself, my younger self, listen, stop. There's a reason why you are the way you are. Focus on the person that made you. You're enough for him. He loves you. And yeah, that's what I would tell myself.
Oh my God, I can literally just see younger Rapha right now. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I've had to do a lot of repairing so that she can be happy, proud, because I really just wish I had someone to just tell me, just speak life into me,
Right.
so that's why I try and speak life into other people.
Right. No, that's really, really good.
All right. He was looking at me like, oh.
Because I feel like even recently, like I've been looking like at old pictures of myself and like looking at younger me. I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
if you only
Knew, honestly.
like if you only
man.
knew. And sometimes I get upset because I'm like, you didn't know.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And nobody told you. You can grow up in a Christian household and still not know these
Exactly.
things. You can still grow up in a Christian household and still not know Jesus. You can still go to church and still not know Jesus.
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean? And like I always say, it's only by the mercy of God that you are even able to come to that revelation, because obviously not everybody is there. Do you get what I mean? And so when I look at younger Chi, we didn't have that revelation of like, oh, Jesus actually died for me, and the reason why I'm saved is because of him. Like I look like, oh, so that's why you did all those things.
Exactly.
That's why you like look for attention in these certain places. Do you know what I mean? Like the same as you. It's like you
Exactly.
didn't know. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
so sad. Oh, I love that. But anyway, you go on.
I like that. So this was pretty easy for me to answer because I guess in terms of what I would tell my younger self, like I have little girls, like little sisters. So what I tell them is what I would tell like my, younger self. And it's, well, I said it was easy, but now I'm thinking. So the special thing that I let them know is, I don't know where I heard it from, but it there's no family path to heaven. It's a really like straightforward thing that I let them know. But like it's like my little girls, like they are in their early teens, right? Like the young teens, right? So I just have to like I let them know oftentimes that when it comes to this relationship with him, it's either you want it or you don't. It's either you get it or you don't. It's either shabang or shebang. You know what I mean? No, as in, so with that, it's like you heard, you go to church. It's like it's your choice to actually digest what's being said. It's your choice to actually pick up your word. But it's like you know better, so it's either for you to practice it today, right? But then that is also mixed with there's a rapper that I'm quite fond of. His name is Chance the Rapper. And he said in a song, he said that, that God is ever merciful, but at the end of the day, God either has some loving or an oven for you, you know? And it really is literally that. It's like, it's free will and he's calling you. It's like there's nowhere else. I promise you, there's nowhere else that you would rather be than in his presence. And he's literally calling you, please, my child, come, So it's like it's yours or it isn't,
Yeah.
It's you. It's a long walk, but beyond just that, it's an honest walk. So if you're doing the whole thing of lying to yourself, saying people, oh no, like I open my Bible, oh no, this, that, it's like, homie, you're not lying to no one but yourself. It's like, it's like, hey, you know what, true, you actually might be lying to me. It's like you could deceive, but what does that matter at the end? It's an honest walk that you have to walk. So it's like my girls, like they're young, like they're kids, but it's like, it's like you're never too young. If anything, heck, it's like if I like me knowing what I know today, I would want for this that I know to be put down on him, so he can just enjoy more. I know that we have eternity, but like, yeah, it's like so. So what I would say is, it's what I would say, it's you. It's an honest walk. It's a long walk. And it's either you want it or you don't, but you also never go alone. You never go alone in the sense that, like at the end when you get to the destination, it's like they say that you are who you walk with, like your companion, So you never have to do any of this alone. It's like I remember like college, I was so blessed. Like, oh, God is so good. Defaulted college, right, with a Christian community. All the friends that were coming towards me, they just happened to be starved for God. Like they were so hungry for him, And I know that some people like they start college and they meet, guys that are finally like I'm 18 and I'm of legal age to drink and like I can start talking to women and but I just happened to land in a community of people that really wanted him. Yes, they weren't necessarily perfect, but they were on that same honest walk as I was, So, given that you're young in every space that you're in, they're there. I promise you, they're there, It's up to you to go find them and to hold on to them. So wherever you're going, the great news is that you're not going alone. But also number two, you're not even called to go alone in the first place. You're called to literally bring as many folk with you as possible. So you cannot / should not be alone in this journey. It's a thing that literally involves community, that shared out community. So yeah.
That's really good.
Can I say one more thing?
Of course.
Yeah, just that I would also tell my younger self that's not all about, obviously it's your journey, your walk with God, but it's not all about you.
Yeah.
There's going to be certain people that God wants you to reach, and he's going to use the gifts that you have to reach them. So also not dismissing the gifts that he's given you, use them. There's a reason why you have them. There's a reason why you see certain issues in the church and you feel led to fix it. There's a reason why you see praise and worship and you're like, things could be a bit different. There's a reason why you have certain desires and certain, inclinations. So I would also tell my younger self that as well, because I was also very passive about, the things I was good at. I didn't really think much of it, but that's because I was just thinking about me. I wasn't thinking, how can I serve other people?
Yeah.
Never was I thinking, oh, how can I help this community? How can I do that? So I would tell my younger self that as well, to also, look around you, look and see who you can serve as well. And there's so much joy in serving.
So
My
much
days,
joy, bruh.
so much joy in it, especially if you're serving with purpose as well. There's so much joy in it. So I would say that as well.
Glory.
That's really, really good.
I think we do as Christians get caught up in that thing of me. Like, oh, sorry. I could just be speaking for myself, or I could be speaking for everyone, but when you're going through this journey of healing and all that stuff, you literally just think of, okay, what's wrong with me? Okay, what can I work on with me? And then you look at other people and you're like, you still in this world? Like, but then we have to realize that, like, as much as we are called to love Jesus, and this was actually being taught in our discipleship course, that as much as we are called to love Jesus, we're also called to establish the kingdom. We're not called to do this alone, right? But we are also here to proclaim the name of Jesus. Not only just go in the streets and being like, Jesus Christ is Lord, but like speaking a word of like encouragement to someone, like how Rapha does, or like the way OJ serves in this church. Like, you wouldn't think OJ's only been here for 18 months with the way he's so involved. Like, it's just things like that, and like doing it in your own spaces as well, in work and school, like, outside of just being in the church. Like, how are people going to come into the church if you're just doing it in the church? Do you know what I'm saying? It's not only about us, it's not only about you, but you need to remember that there's actually a lost people out there. Like, what are we doing to establish the kingdom of God on our own time?
Now I was going to ask a different question, but I was going to ask a question, I'm going to ask a different question. Like, have you guys found it difficult, like, now that you are the people who you are, have you found it difficult to express the God that lives in you outside to the world? Have you ever found it difficult to, like, be the light in the dark place? Have you ever struggled with that thing? Because I find it, like, a reason, I feel like I was saying it to Lou, like, I've noticed that, like, I'm always in church, I'm always in embassy, I'm always around Christians, and when I get into, like, the world, right, or like I meet someone who isn't a Christian, I find it hard to actually just be who God has called me to be, like, to be a light, to, like, do you get what I mean? To the person that's like, no, I don't actually agree with that, or no, I actually don't, and it's not even in the, like, big things like, oh, I have to now preach the gospel and but just even like making your point, making your point stand. Like, if somebody's saying, oh, I believe this, like, oh, I actually believe that, but I feel weird to say that because it's sometimes like, you don't believe that, like, do you know what I mean? The boldness. I think I struggle with boldness. So I was wondering, have you guys ever, is that a thing for you guys?
So just to understand your question, is your question how fluidly we're able to, speak on the gospel?
The gospel and express the
My
God
belief?
that lives in you. Yeah. Like, so just being how, like, almost like shape-shifting in a way. Like, are you still able to maintain the OJ in church as well as the OJ who's just in work, and still be able to carry that God in you, like still carry like the name of Jesus on your tongue and still be able to express that in those places? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like, so in reference to a switch, I don't necessarily feel like I'm quite intentional. I try my best to not have a switch in terms of it's a daily walk. It's as early as when I wake up. It's beyond the walls of church. It's at work. At work, the light is on. On the street, the light is on. I'm on a bus, the light has to stay on. And I feel like it's a struggle, because with that light having to stay on, I just hyper notice when that light didn't really manifest itself properly. Like the other day, like with one of my colleagues, I found myself like, because I always talk about God at work, and I found myself like just telling like my colleague, I was laughing at the few that thought they were gonna get raptured on Tuesday. Yeah.
Talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
OJ came in the group chat, right? We have a group chat. And OJ's like, are y'all still here? And I'm at home, I'm like,
I was
still here,
so
where?
confused.
Bro, I was so confused. And then Elizabeth
I just said I'm
texted-
here.
No.
I didn't even know who all he was talking about.
It was when it was
I'm in Casey, right? I just had to know, but like then, David then texted saying, "Oh, OJ, I'm here." I was like, "Oh, well, if David is here, surely,
like,
surely we're just
what
fine,
about the rest of
Oh,
us?
OJ, why me though?
If David is here, I was like, "We're all good."
No,
All
but
good.
why me?
Don't worry about it, homie. Don't worry about it,
This
homie.
guy, man.
But yeah, so I guess on that, right? You see, my colleague, like he didn't ask, because I was laughing at them, right? And I was saying like, "Oh man, I think I'll be honest, I'm ashamed. I think I called them idiots." And I was just, but then you see, the best thing about atheists, right, is that they'll just ask you the most straightforward, rational, logical question.
they do,
He now said that, oh, well, to be fair, the way in which you're speaking to them, would that not be the same way that people will speak about you? Because you do believe that Christ is going to come someday, So given that they believe that he was going to come Tuesday, it's like you're laughing at them, but, it's like you believe that he's going to come another day. And would that not be rude for you to be laughed at? And then I was like, oh man, you know what? You right. It's like despite what someone believes, it's like there's a degree of grace that you still has to give. It's like, so I feel like this is what they call practice, because that was an opportunity for me to show grace, patience, kindness, regardless. But I believe I failed, So in my daily walk, it's like, oh man, I should have done better. And I get to wake up the next day again and do better. You know what I mean? So it's a daily struggle. You know what I mean? It's a daily struggle to always keep that light on. Because it says minuscule, and it says lucid, perhaps, as what you say, the jokes you say, like who you talk to, because they're always listening. And some people might never necessarily hear the gospel, but they'll always see me. I could be a witness that makes them think, wow, like OJ is living like a life that is so bright. It's like, I wonder where he goes. I wonder who he talks. I wonder who he serves,
Yeah.
So it's, it's a struggle keeping that light on consistently, but, I'm human. I'm doing my best, and it's a gradual walk, so yeah.
Yeah, for me, boldness as well. I constantly still pray for boldness, because it's something, I'm a naturally reserved person. So obviously I need that boldness. So I'm still praying for it. But in my day to day, like for example, at work where I used to work, gossip was a big thing. It was a huge thing.
In a lot of places.
It was a
these
huge
days,
thing.
is
Gossip was a
normal.
huge thing. So I had to consciously not take part. I even had to say, if my colleague was like, Rapha, I won't lie, I have something to tell you, I'll be like, I won't lie, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Because she literally does not have something to, it's like, why is she telling you?
Just to get the goss out, So I had to just be like, listen, I don't want to hear it, which was tough because the gossip was juicy. But it's just even just little things like that as well, and just even checking your heart as well sometimes, because you know how the Bible says, is there a verse that says it's more blessed to give than to receive? Yeah. So, for example, let's take a practical thing, like in town. People are always asking for some spare change, always asking for a $5, always asking. Sometimes you don't want to give it to them, but what would Jesus do in that situation? Because a lot of the time we're like, oh, they're probably going to use it for this, for that. But Jesus will probably just give it to them, or he'll probably just pray for them, or, I know OJ doesn't agree with me.
I'm not saying I don't agree, but I do believe in the fan of, what Jesus do. But in that case, to be honest, I actually don't know what he would do, because God can hit you with like a really crazy pop about how, like you're asking for this, but what you need is the bread of life, and it's almost like the parable about the jugs, about how like she was asking for like, was it like something to sell, and then, oh my God, like what's the story, and then God said, go and bring more jugs, like more vases, So she was like, what the heck? Like that's not what I asked for. But then she was bringing them, and then they were filling them with, what was it? Was it oil? Like, y'all know what I'm talking about? No? Oh my God.
The jar.
Yeah,
The oil.
Yeah, yes.
Bring, and then there's like bare.
Yes, exactly that, So I wonder if God will just, it's like you're asking for the wrong thing. What you need.
I hear
is
that.
the word,
What
you
I'm
know.
talking about is just like your posture of your heart.
Yeah.
Like we see people are in need, and our heart posture can a lot of the time is just very rigid. And I'm just saying that Jesus would be he wouldn't have such a rigid heart
Yeah.
to give.
Clearly, yeah.
You know, a lot of the time we're just we don't want to give. You know, but just even just day-to-day things, I try and I check my heart. I'm like, okay, why was I so annoyed about doing that, or why was I this about doing that? So not just the things I do in public as well, but also checking why I'm doing things, and if I'm doing it cheerfully, if I'm doing
Yeah.
it willingly. You know,
Yeah.
when we do offering at church, they say we give willingly, cheerfully, and as we are able. Why? Because Jesus doesn't want you to be giving grudgingly. He doesn't want you to give something and you're like, oh, I wish I didn't give that. He doesn't want that. He's not looking for that. Exactly. He's not looking for that kind of attitude. So yeah, heart posture, attitude, you know, so just checking those things within me as well. Yeah.
I think the ministry of giving needs a different video, because a lot of people have a hard time hearing that giving is good. It's not something that we force onto people. Like at the end of the day, the church needs to run on something, and if it's people are not running the church, who gonna run the church? Like, you know what I mean?
That's what.
So it's that thing of yeah, but yeah.
And just to close off the episode, which I'm really sad because we're trying to keep the episode short, and I don't feel like this episode should be short. But anyways, I want to give you guys the opportunity to let us know what you guys have going on, your projects that you have that need exposure, because these are two people who are doing the work of the Lord. Bruh, these are two people who are doing the work of the Lord, and we want to give you guys the opportunity to please, because we know obviously Rapha has her little thing going on. So would you like to talk about that, please?
Well, obviously, I'm going to talk about Christian Creatives Ireland.
Of course.
You know, it was founded by Elizabeth, and she came to me and said, "This is the vision the Lord gave me, and can you help me with this?" I said, "Of course." So we've been doing that for the past 2 years. It's going on around 2 years now, and yeah, we're just a community of people who realize that God has given us creative gifts, and we can use it to serve Him and you know spread the good news. So our page on Instagram is Christian Creators in Ireland, so look it up. We have events,
the bio. I mean, the bio,
thank
the
you.
link. You know that. Sorry, I'm not good at this.
description.
The description, that thing. You'll be there.
Thank you. So that's the community work I'm doing, and then
I don't know where the
No,
link
I think
would be.
We'll put it just.
Would it be like?
She is now, we'll put
All
it
right,
just
so.
there. Where OJ's playing, that's where it is.
I think he just
Oh,
really.
wait, wait,
I
do that.
think he just really wanted to do
Oh,
this.
wait, do that. Like, yeah, make sure to follow us, guys. I'm
yeah, so that's community, and then my own personal stuff is just my artwork. You know, I'm just I'm not gonna shout out my
You're
art.
very
She,
artistic.
when
very
I say,
creative.
when I found your TikTok page the other day, I was like, is this Rapha?
Rafa's TikTok.
Bruh.
Not too much.
Do you know we're discovering a lot? Anyways,
No, because
Sorry.
literally, anyways,
The-
that's after the show.
yeah, that's a different.
Oh, well, like it's the same thing. It's like, you know, like I serve in Christian Creatives as well. You know, like I help out like wherever I can. It's been going on for like a good 2 years now. Christian Creatives, you know, it's I feel like in the mission of, you know, of multiplying and just, you know, like letting the fruit show. I feel like it's just a thing of reminding people that all is to be given to Him, you know. So like that's your gift too, you know. So it's just a community. It's just a group that encourages it, that supports it, that empowers it, that shines it. You know, it's like all things for His good. So Christian Creators is like, you know, if you feel as though you would like to let your light shine with your gift, it's like, you know, feel free to tap in, you know. And it's not like we are helping you, but it's like we're all supporting each other with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So outside of that, you know, I'm just a regular guy. You know, OJ, you know.
And he from Atlanta.
I'm no.
You know what I'm saying? I know y'all heard the accent, but I always wait for the OJ for this
I'm
accent.
an Irish lad like the rest of y'all. No,
Anyways.
actually, and I got what I said y'all. So,
You're not like us.
huh?
You're not like us.
Yes, I am. What the heck?
You're not?
Yes, I
You
am.
say folks.
You say
Yeah.
Say bug.
What's
You alright, bud?
what's wrong?
It was good, homie. Like, I'm not your homie.
Wait, I can. Isn't folks? And I no.
No.
We don't do that here.
No.
Oh.
Sorry,
Irish
lad.
people will be more like lads.
Yeah,
Lads?
lads.
Yeah, lads.
Or if you came to me like, alright, lad. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo,
One of
what?
us.
I think that folks, lad, pal, it's all shabang, shebang. It's all the same.
That is
thing.
strike 4. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was counting. That was
Yeah.
the 4th time. Just saying.
And this is the.
I'm gonna have merch that says shebang,
Oh, no, for sure.
shebang,
Why
you know. I'm a trademark it actually because I say it a lot, but yeah. Anyway, like that's me. Do I plug my Instagram? Because I don't, you know.
Do you want it to be on the screen
you
too?
want to be on the screen there?
Oh,
Oh god.
okay. I'm like Joro's pen. That's Joro's pen. Yeah.
Can I just say, God bless these two ladies and David here. You guys are such a light. Like
Oh,
Yes.
you guys
thank
are
you.
from the questions, and you guys are really good listeners as well. Really good, like
try.
active listeners. You know, guys are doing
That was the
amazing.
work some of us had to do. Understand?
So part of the
Not all of us could
sanctification
listen.
process.
Yeah, it's part of the
Wow.
process.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
anyways.
Yeah, you guys are doing really, really well.
Thank you
Keep
so
it up.
much.
You
Thank
know,
you
so
so much.
proud of you.
Oh, we're trying.
Your guys are just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Absolutely.
Praise
gonna
the
reach
Lord.
more
Amen.
people,
Glory
more
unto the
people in
Lord.
Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
Okay. What'd you say?
He said, like,
He's like, wrap it up. Wrap
No,
it up.
I didn't say that. It was just, we hit 100.
Oh yeah! Oh, you see, what would you do without David?
what would
Shout
you
out to
actually
David,
do?
guys.
Shout out to David,
Like,
guys.
Like, it's just, man.
He's the guy.
He's holding it down.
He was
He
a
is.
brother
Yeah.
we didn't know we actually needed.
Oh my goodness,
We
no,
lean
for
on
real.
David a lot. So thank
David
you
needs
for
another
that.
Wait,
solo
was it
episode,
100 subs
low-key.
that you just hit?
No.
You said what?
100 subs?
Nope.
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 Subscribers.
Oh.
Exactly that.
And it shocks me because everyone says, "Oh, we watch your Instagram clips, blah blah blah, on social media." I'm like, "Oh, there's actually 100 people who actually click subscribe
Golly.
on our
Right.
videos."
you
Like,
Get
so
100
much,
people in a room. That's a lot of people.
wow.
It actually
Guys,
is.
Wow.
W's in the
So-
chat.
This is not Twitch. OJ.
W's in the chat. W's in the chat, guys. You know,
Oh my god.
100 gifted. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that
This
is.
guy.
I actually don't know what. I actually don't know what gifted is. But anyways,
What was I gonna say? Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. I think I checked upstairs. We're now 104. So you four, thanks.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we just want to thank OJ and Rapha for joining us today, for being the beautiful guests that they are and being our beautiful friends. And we thank God for what they're doing and what he's doing in their lives. And we thank you guys so much for watching this episode. And we hope you guys enjoyed. We hope you guys loved it. And let us know if you want more guests on, if we want them back. So I know you're going to want them back.
Let us know.
Please. And yeah.
We will have all their social medias and everything in the description and like, comment, subscribe,
good
all the
stuff.
things. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.